Ladies and gentlemen, this is the third part and the last part of my story, the third Sheikh story. And I invite your patient listening. And this is the end of the tale of Merchant and Genie. And what will happen after, whether the genie will pardon the merchant or not, after hearing the third Sheikh story. I would like to you to listen it very peacefully and calmly. The third Sheikh story. I'll have you know, O genie, that this mule was my wife. Now it so happened that I had to leave home for 1 year, and when I returned home from my journey, it was night, and I found my wife lying with a black slave on my couch. They were talking, laughing, kissing, and playing the close buttock game. When she saw me, she stood up and rushed over to me with a jug of water, and she ran toward me. She muttered spells over the water and sprinkled me with it. "Change your shape," she exclaimed, and became a dog. All of a sudden, I was a dog, and she drove me out of the house. I ran through the doorway and did not stop running until I came to the butcher's stall, where I rested and began to eat what bones were there. When the butcher saw me, grabbed me and carried me into his house, but as soon as his daughter caught sight of me, she veiled her face and cried out, "What are you doing? Why are you bringing man to me?" "Where is the man?" he father asked. "This dog is a man, and his wife has enchanted him," she replied. "If you want, I can release him from the spell." When her father heard her words, he said, "May Allah be with you, my daughter. Release him." So she took a jug of water, and after uttering words over it, she sprinkled a few drops on me and said, "Leave that shape and return to your former one." And I returned to my natural shape. Then I kissed her hand and said, "I wished you had transformed my wife the same way you just changed me." Thereupon she gave me some water and said, "As soon as you saw her asleep, sprinkle this liquid on her and say the words you heard me utter. Then she'll become whatever you desire." I returned to my house and found my wife fast asleep, and I sprinkled the water on her. I said, "Leave that shape and change into a mule." Within seconds she became a mule, and you are looking at her now, O genie, with your own eyes. Then the genie turned towards her and asked, "Is this true?" And she nodded her head and replied by sign, "Indeed, it's truth, for such is my wife." The genie was very pleased by old man's extraordinary story, and he gave him a third of merchant's blood. Shaking with delight, he told the three sheikhs, "Thanks to you and your storytelling. The merchant is yours." You have saved him, and now I release him from his punishment." Thereupon the genie disappeared, while the merchant embraced the old man and thanked them. Then the sheikh wished him happiness and continued their journey, each one heading towards the city of his own destination. Thank you very much. And this is the end of the story of the merchant and genie, how the genie had pardoned the merchant by the narration of the third Sheikh story. And thank you very much. I hope you had enjoyed this.